All right, let's get into it. Today, we're tackling a really tough question, one that I think a lot of us have been feeling. In a world that's just full of online noise, who actually gets to belong in tech? Let's dive in. I mean, it's a huge question, right? On one hand, tech is supposed to be this great equalizer, more open than ever before. But there's also this feeling, isn't there? This idea that online visibility has somehow become the new price of admission. So yeah, let's really dig into that.
So first things first, we've got to understand who, or maybe what, these new gatekeepers even are. They're not the classic gatekeepers in suits sitting behind some giant mahogany desk. Nope. They're algorithms, and their currency? It's your attention.
And that's the real double-edged sword here. The internet gave everybody a voice, which is, that's amazing. But in doing so, it also created this nonstop, overwhelming flood of noise, making it so hard to hear the people who are quietly doing the most important work.
Just think about how this plays out. Algorithms, by their very nature, are designed to push forward whatever's popular, whatever's getting the clicks, the likes, the shares. So that means a single viral post can literally act like a magnet, pulling all the opportunities toward one person. Meanwhile, someone brilliant, a quiet contributor doing incredible work, gets completely buried. And before you know it, a tiny handful of influencers are the ones setting the agenda for the whole industry.
And that quote really hits the nail on the head. This isn't about some grand conspiracy or anything. It's just about the mechanics of the system. It's built to reward being seen, leaving so many talented people who are doing the actual essential work, well, totally invisible to the people who need to find them.
Which brings us to this huge conflict that's really defining the industry right now. This constant battle between being visible and creating actual value.
So I want you to actually think about that for a second. What does competence in tech really look like to you? Is it how many followers someone has, the number of stars on their latest project? Or is it something, something a little deeper, a little less flashy? It really boils down to this, doesn't it? On one side, you've got perception, going viral, racking up followers, having that perfectly polished resume. But on the other side, you've got reality, real-world skills, the grit it takes to solve a messy problem, and a portfolio of things you've actually built. So often, the industry gets totally mesmerized by that left column, when we all know the real gold is over there on the right.
And if you take away one thing, let it be this. Say it with me. Virality is not skill. Follower counts are not competence. Just because someone is trending doesn't mean they're the best person for the job. It just means they're the best at getting our attention.
Okay, so we've laid out the problem pretty clearly. Now what? What's the way forward? How do we start looking past all that noise to find what really matters? Let's talk about what true belonging in tech actually looks and feels like.
Real belonging is not a popularity contest. It's not about winning the internet for a day. It's about having the core things you need to actually grow and succeed. It's having access to good learning materials, it's guidance from people who've walked the path before you, it's finding a community that has your back, and, most importantly, it's getting the chance to get your hands dirty with real projects.
And these are the pillars right here: access, mentorship, and practice. It's about having paths to learn, people to guide you, and the space to do the work over and over again. You'll notice that clicks and views are nowhere on this chart. And that's for a very good reason. So, the big question is, how do we build an industry that actually values these things? This isn't just on individuals to figure out. This is on all of us. It requires a collective shift in how we think and what we do.
So here are 3 real, tangible things we can all do. 1, we need to create and support more accessible ways for people to learn. 2, we have to consciously go out of our way to find and share success stories that aren't just the ones that go viral. And 3, and this one is huge, we have to completely rethink how we hire people.
Yeah, that last point is absolutely crucial. A polished resume can hide a lot, and it can miss a lot too. What really tells you what a person can do? Their portfolio. The projects they've poured their time into, the problems they've wrestled with. We need a hiring that looks for that raw potential and that demonstrated skill, not just a PDF that's been perfectly optimized with keywords.
And look, this is a message for absolutely everyone out there who feels like they're invisible because they aren't playing the social media game. I want you to hear this loud and clear. Your work matters. Your growth matters. If you are showing up and putting in the effort, you belong in this industry, period, whether the algorithm sees you or not.
So let's wrap this all up. At the end of the day, the internet is just a tool. It's a massive, powerful amplifier. It just takes whatever we give it and makes it louder.
And that is the key. That's the power we forget we have. The algorithm doesn't have morals or values. It just reflects ours. We get to decide what gets amplified. We can choose to share the project from that quiet contributor. We can choose to mentor someone just starting out. We can choose to star that cool GitHub repo from a developer nobody's heard of yet.
So I'm going to leave you with that. It's not just a rhetorical question. It's a real challenge. Think about it. Think about someone you know who's doing amazing work but maybe isn't getting the spotlight, a colleague, a student, someone you follow online. Who are you going to choose to amplify today?